Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I play in the various subdivisions of the countries on planet Earth on GeoGuessr. So that is, I explore the various states, territories, regions, districts, counties, whatever they're called across the world. And the objective is, well, as I said, to explore, see things I've never seen before, maybe have a little bit of fun, and try to score 25,000 points on GeoGuessr in each area I play. And well, if I succeed in playing 25,000 points, I will remove the area from the list of things I play, and it will not feature again in the series. And the opposite result is the case if I fail to play 25,000 points. Then the area remains on the list and may feature again at some later date. Today we are going to the United States of America. I haven't been there in quite a while. And we are going into the state of Utah. And this is one of my scripted maps, so that's why it's chock full of locations. And, well, Utah is home to, let's see if I can move this thing, because my computer slows right up when it has to deal with all these locations. But Utah is home to about 3.5 million people, 212,000 square kilometers, so it's a hefty old place. And the capital, which lies somewhere over here by the Salt Lake, is Salt Lake City, with 210-ish thousand people. Now, the question is whether I have enough memory to start this thing. I think I do. So, what do I expect from this? I don't know, really. So we got a chain of mountains running down the middle. But, so, it's not like, so we're in the Rockies, sort of, southern part of the Rockies. But, I don't really know what the terrain will be like. I mean, the only thing I really saw in extensive footage out of this area was when there were the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, and that's a while ago. And of course, what you mainly saw then was snow and ski slopes, if you weren't watching figure skating and ice hockey. And then, of course, you do see nothing of the outdoors. So let's see what we can find when we head into Utah this way. And I just needed a few seconds for things to catch up here. Yeah. So we're going to make a challenge. And as usual, copy the link into a safe place. Let's see, Utah, we're right. Yeah, it's quite a change from a very tiny island in the Indian Ocean going into deep into continental America. So, well, this is certainly not what I expected. Well, I guess I should have. And yeah, the script I'm using is supposed to pick 70% populated areas and 30% whatever. And this must be in the 30% whatever, I reckon. There was a sign there. What does it say? There we go. Mile 4. So we to take that was 6 kilometers away from the start of this road in the downwards direction. That might well be the case. So yeah, let's head down then. On a very bendy, not bandy. Well, look at the view. I can see for miles. And, excuse me, seems like the road continues down there. Oh, yeah. This will take a while to figure out. And of course, starting on a bend never increased my chances of actually making this. But we shall see. I think we've passed one or two of these mile signs, and I haven't had the presence of mind to turn around and look at them. So I better keep my eye out for them for the next one to see if I am getting closer to the start of the road or whether I am removing myself from it. So let's see, here we go north. Kind of a little strange bit of road. Okay, 2 miles, yep. So we're going in the right direction. Good. But we have to go equally far to get to where we find the start of this road. And okay, going uphill again. So we were somewhere up there when we started out. Let's see. Yeah, this definitely does not sort as a populated area. That is for absolute certain. So yeah, sometimes I wonder about the script I'm using, whether I should change the percentages, because he seems to be very biased towards rural locations at times. That's the 1 mile sign. So where will there be an intersection or a start of a road here then? Doesn't seem like we're coming up to any crossroads. Oh, yeah, we got one down there. Then we make a sharp U-turn. Interesting piece of road this. I kind of like it. In a way, it reminds me of sort of like a cross between Portugal and Spain, which is that's a little fun. And then I subtract the fact that Spain and Portugal can be a pain to play at times. Rays Valley on FR 051, US 6 and 7 Sheep Creek Road. And might want to see what it says here as well. Okay, so US 6, 7 and US 40. We must be here. I think. The 032, let's see, the FR 51. Rays Valley, okay, that's ahead. Let's see. Rays Valley Road. And it's the 51, yes. Okay, so we're currently here. And we've come a bit. So, how far up the... where are we all the way up here? That's the next question. Here I'm looking southeast. That suggests this corner. Let's see, so go around this one. And we got another bend. I'm just going to check whether we have that little intersection at the top of this bend here. Yeah, that does the right thing. And here we are. title grid, and we got the road going off to the side. Okay. So now we don't know which bend we're on, but it's that eternal question, where on the bend are we? Where does the bend end? I would say we're about there, but let's see, is there anything I can use? Let's see, okay, so 1, 2. There's 2 to the end of the bend that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 and 2, which is 19. So the bend ends here and there. So if we say that the bend ends, I have to be really precise here. Okay, so the bend ends there. I just need to keep check of the there. Okay, so 19, 9.5, 4 3/4, almost 3. We ought to be there-ish. Ought to be and will be. Think I'm too far up the bend. That's the thing. I think I should be further down. Let's check that direction again. I'm kind of wondering if the bend ends there. So I'm going to give it a couple more meters. Good boy. Nice. Took a while, but oh, hey, this is nice. Above some city, could of course be Salt Lake City for all I know, but possibly lake over there to the west. But, well, yeah, the city is quite a way away. So it could be over here as well. Or we could be in Provo for all I know. So let's see, does it say anything on this sign? Not that I'm able to read. What's the date of this footage? 2019. Quite a lot of the US footage can be quite old. 365 north, 700 east. Okay, it's 365, 3675 and 700. Okay, so there was a yield sign, so that indicates that this is the main route through the area. And this one is a main street as well. So it's the 735.50. So now on the 35.50. Whoopity, that's a 700. And which city? Those are some imposing mountains. So yeah, all of these cities have this mountain ridge behind them. So we could be all the way up here to Elwood. So it pretty much runs through the state. So unless you know the silhouette of these mountains, which I don't, it's going to be a hard time finding, or it will take a while to find out which of these cities you're in. think we're up here somewhere. So what did the sign say? It said we were on the 365. 3675, I mean. 3675, so 3575. 3675 should be about here. Then we need to find 700. No, 700 is here. And no way this is right. Because this road goes straight south right away. This is 700 east. I might have done a mistake to go back here. Let's see. Well, the 700 does do a thing here. King Hill Drive. No such thing. We got Mountain Drive and North Mountain Drive. But we don't have King Hill Drive. Well, okay, let's attack this from another angle. So we're going southwest on King Hill Drive. This is still King Hill Drive, I hope. Now it's the 600 east. This is so confusing. So the roads kind of match, but they don't. That's the thing. There should be a huge church here somewhere, if this was right. 600 east meeting up with 3550 north. But that works, doesn't it? So, can we? There's a church. The 3550 north. So, and the road does the right thing. So what is wrong with this picture? And here we come to the intersection with... This should be the 700. And here's the intersection where we started. Which has to be this one. So this is... That's interesting. So we're looking, you can see all the weird edges on this house. So, on this weird outline. So we're there. So they changed the numbers of the streets. That was devious. Well, populated area. Yep. Okay, we're on the 15200 north. 1800 west. I don't even have any clue what that might be. Aragonite. So let's just say that we're really far north. But we're not that far, definitely not that far west. That's 62,000 west. We are on 18,000, 1800, it seems. So let's see. So here we are on 5,600 west. So 18 must be, and that's 10,400. This, let's see, this is, how does that work? If the 10,400 was there and the 8,400 is here. 17,200. 18,800 west. So now we follow that down until we find the 15,200 then. Let's see, just gonna mark that road. So this is still the 8, well, that's the 1800, but if we just follow down a little bit, 16,100. Here we have our corner. That's a clump of houses down there. So we are about there, aren't we? Nice. That was actually a quick find. Cool. That was an interesting location, all right. Oh. And not that far away from major roads, although we would have to go through Howell to get onto the 83. The Blue Creek to get on the 84. Okay, another city. We have these mountains at the back again, but I don't think we're in Ogden this time. Okay, I got a little bit more of a read on the road system here now. Let's see. So here's the 1225 east and the 250 south. So the 250 south, so we have to go north quite a bit. All right. Now they got avenue names. And up here we are still in the avenues, but yeah, so here we got norths. And we want the south. So that's a 200 south. So 250 south is somewhere here, and we want the 1225 east. So let's see now. 250 south. 235 south. So why didn't it continue? And what's the 1225 east? Okay, so can we be up here then? The answer is no at the moment, but let's just go with it for a little bit. So there's no 1225 here. Wait, hang on, what does it say? City of... Oh, I can't read that. Come on. City of... Bountiful. Okay, so we're Bountiful. Cool. Okay, that should make our job a lot easier. So the 250 south. Here's the 250 south, and we want the 1225 east. So here's the 1225 east, but the 250 doesn't cross into that. How do you make that work? Okay, let's go south and see. There's the 1225 and the 300, so this is this intersection. Okay, and we started, let's see, south. Do we have numbers here? We do. This is the Let's see if we can catch the numbers of any of these houses. The road starts to curve. Open plot. Okay, this is the open plot. It's the 128. Yeah, we got this little road thing going in here. So we are aiming straight for this garage. So we're here. Nice. Last round. Huh. Gives me Florida vibes. But that looks like a main route. This looks like a housing estate of some sort. So this is unnamed and unnamed. So this is southwest. The Dixie Drive 1655 west. And the 740 east. Sorry, south. So if we take that to mean that we're in Salt Lake, which we probably aren't, but we'll go anyway. So 740 should be around here somewhere. And the 1655 west, let's see, 1655 west should be, let's see, so we got 900 there. The other side village. The 740 south should be around here, if this is where we are. So this is also known as Dixie Drive. What's the directions of the road? No, the road directions are all wrong. Because we're not running a regularly shaped grid here. So that's weird. Pretty much all the streets are laid out north-south, but this one isn't. So that probably means, okay, so Dixie Drive straightens out. And actually it doesn't. It's a bendy one. Green Valley Mall. Why can't I find any features? Silverleaf, Cache Valley Bank, Southern Utah. Southern Utah. Could we be like down in Cedar City or something? Yeah, why not? Main Street. What's the numbers again? Silverleaf. Cache Valley Bank. Skyrocket and Dixie. 1140 South. Doesn't just... Let's just roll with this for a little bit. $11.40 south. Don't think we're in Cedar City. Hmm. At 1160 south. Santa Clara? I don't know. I mean, this place must have a name. So why can't I find it? Link. Legacy Village of St. George coming soon. And this is the end of it until we get to the next settlement. Star Nursery. This one is really sapping into things. So let's see, where are we arriving now? We're coming into work turf. Tonnequint Hills. Some interesting names, but where are the names of the towns? St. George. Again. Okay, so we are down here somewhere, most likely. Which direction did we come from? We came from the northwest. Here's finally Dixie Drive. Oh, goodness me, that took a good while. Okay, so where did we start out? Where are we now? So here's Tonnequint. There's the school we're at now. This is the Grandview Apartments. So Ostler Way, that's close to where we were. Looking northwest, this is looking southwest onto the road. And on the opposite side is Ostler, right? No, 740. Yeah. Okay, so we're up here somewhere. Let's see, do we have numbers? No, but we are here. Gods, that took a long time. And there we are. Okay, that took quite some time. A fairly decent spread across the region, or the state rather. Quite happy I was able to find this one. And on the first round. So like two quick ones and 3 slow ones. And that one was a little fun to find. I like that. Kind of gave me the vibes of sort of seeing the cluster of houses there. Don't know if you've seen the movie Paul the Alien or something like that. It's a brilliant spoof on our favorite Alien Comes to Earth movies. So yeah, that was an interesting one. And well, 25,000 points, that's always something I'm happy about. So eventually, took a little long. That one was, the last round was a little too long, to be frank, but the rest was all right. So yeah, that is Utah done, and I'm still glad you're with me here on a tiny dot in space, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye-bye.